Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can install and set up Antigravity IDE. So, they recently actually released version 2 of Antigravity. But the downside is that it is just not really that good. And they try to kind of do what Codex did. But Codex is, I kind of feel like, way better. But if you still want what you could do with Antigravity version 1, the editor style of Antigravity basically, then I'm going to show you how to install that. So let's get started. Go to the Antigravity page. You need to go into products and you need to go into Antigravity IDE. Okay, so you're going to download this, and whichever version you're on, you download it for that. Okay. Okay, now it's done. Just click it. Now it will give you all of this, accept the agreement, next. And then you can change the location if you want. I'm gonna select this one. Then it's saying that it will add a path. Let it do that. I'm gonna create a desktop icon for this, add this, and you can choose the options according to what you want. Click next and then click install. Now you can launch Antigravity IDE. So let's finish this. So now it's basically asking if you want to continue with Google, and it's detecting that I had the Antigravity IDE version installed before, which was known as Antigravity 1.0, by the way. So it's kind of figuring that out, and it's basically just asking me to migrate all of those commands that I had set up and all of the settings. And I'm going to say yes, migrate them. Okay, now you need to log in with your Google account. So let's do this. I'm not going to show you this part. Now it's saying you have successfully authenticated, meaning it has worked. So let's check this out. Yes, it is saying success, and I can click the next button. Okay, and it's saying start fresh or import settings from another IDE. If you feel comfortable with the things you had done with VS Code, you can basically click import from VS Code. But I'm going to start fresh. This is my own choice. You can make your own choice. Then you can select which theme you want. I'm going to choose the dark theme. That's mostly easier on your eyes. So I'm going to select the dark theme. And then it's asking you what you want to use Antigravity IDE agent for. Okay. So is it review-driven development or agent-driven development or custom or strict mode? Okay. So the difference basically lies with the fact that if you use review-driven development, which I do recommend, by the way, the reason for that is the review-driven development, when you tell the AI to do something, it will stop at a certain point and basically ask you to review what it is about to do and then allow it to do it. But with agent-driven development, it will basically just execute every single thing without your approval. So the problem with that is it will cause some kind of problem if it hallucinates something basically, or just thinks of doing something that might mess up your code. Custom configuration basically means that you manually set everything up, and strict mode, as it is saying here, provides the highest guarantees against possible vulnerabilities introduced by agentic tools. It forces terminals, browsers, and artifact execution policies to require your confirmation and provides additional safeguards. Okay? When exploring an untrusted workspace with the agent, we recommend enabling strict mode via the settings window. Okay? So that's what this is. So it's an even more restricted version of the review-driven development. And it's saying that it forces the terminal browser and artifact execution policies to require your confirmation. Basically, you confirm what can happen in the terminal browser or with the artifacts, basically providing an additional layer of safeguards. That is what this is. So I'm going to do review-driven. because I have basically used that and I just feel comfortable with it. Next one is key bindings. So I'm just going to choose the normal one. The Vim, if you're comfortable with that, use that. But I'm going to do the normal one. These are very close, but not 100% same as VS Code. And extensions is install popular language extensions. Language extensions are required for some agent features as well. Other extensions can be found on the marketplace in the editor. Okay, so you do use recommended. I think you can use configure as well. But the thing is that the AI agent will require some of these things and some of these things can be skipped. I just don't exactly know which ones. So I'm just going to do recommended. And I also suggest you do the same because it will install some extra things. But it's better to do this than mess everything up and then manually try to figure everything out. So this is just a safer option. And then it is asking you plugins are packaged collections of skills, okay, and MCPs to help the agent work with Google developer products. You can always change your choices in the settings. Okay, so basically it's asking you what you're going to be using this for, and accordingly it's going to add in skills and MCPs. So I'm not going to use this for Android. Modern web guidance. What's this? Keep your code agent up to date with the latest web best practices. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one. And Google Antigravity SDK, Antigravity Python SDK to build AI agents. And I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna keep the Chrome DevTools one as well. If you use Firebase, then you can do this one. And for science, I think it's for Python basically. Curated collection of agent skills for science. Okay. So I'm going to choose these two, and then it is all of this. So you have to agree to their terms of service, okay? And then you can do next. If you'd like them to give you product update tips and other such things via your email, you can select this, or you can just skip it because it will just send you a lot of emails. So I'm skipping this. So I'm going to do next. So it's installing a lot of different things. So I'm going to let it do its thing and then come back. And now everything is set up, even all of the extensions. Okay, they are now set up and ready for use. So let me open one of my projects. You can go here and open a project or clone a Git repository. Okay, or just click the button here. Okay, I'm going to click this. I'm going to navigate to one of my projects and come back. Now it's asking if I trust all the files and folders inside of the React folder, and I'm going to say yes. And now everything is open. So this is how you install and set up Google Antigravity IDE. So I hope you like this tutorial. Like, subscribe to stay updated on the latest tutorials, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.